Good morning, and welcome to your Los Angeles City Council, John Ferraro Council Chambers, Los Angeles City Hall. This is the regularly scheduled meeting of the Los Angeles City Council for Wednesday, the 5th day of January 2025. My name is Marquise Harris Dawson. I serve as the president of this council. Councilmember Price.
Mr. President, out of abundance of caution, the city attorney has asked me to recuse myself from item 1 because I am a landlord.
All right. So item number 1.
Good morning. General comment?
Good morning.
Hi.
You have 1 minute.
Thanks. My name is Alex McLevin. I'm here representing ACT LA. I am here to uplift the Keep LA Housed demands and support the Soto Martinez Hernandez motion. I'm just going to read some comments on an LAist article that ran this morning by David Wagner. The headline is LA Council delays vote on proposal to pause evictions and rent increases due to fires. There are 18 comments. They are all this way. This is no cherry picking. I just don't have 4 minutes. Too many members are landlords. Another reminder why voting for the most local position on the ballot is so important. Sorry. Vote the council out. No more landlords on the council. Whenever I think LA will do the right thing, some tenant rights issues come up, and I remember why we lead the country in homelessness. The city is so backwards. What is the damn holdup? It's the city council. Why is anyone surprised? Why not just pause them? That should be the only order of action. This bozo-ass system. They're in bed with the developers and landlords themselves. They don't care. Please prove those people wrong. Move those items immediately and quickly with urgency. Thank you.
Good morning. You have
good
3
morning.
minutes for
Everything.
the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin with the items.
Item number 18 about the citywide data communication and network services. Several comments about that. Numerous times I heard, LA City, they public press release, our communication has issues, our internet is down, our communication devices. Sometimes the LAFD firefighter, they are having dispatcher issues, radio issues, communication issues. So every year I see this 24 million or 5 million, 10 million, millions of dollars trying to improve the communication and the network. But at the same time, why is that always on the news that the communication is always down? During the fire, during the earthquake, during the whatever Figueroa disaster is always out of service. This is really weird, and we are spending millions of dollars on every yearly basis. Number 19 is about the contract between the city and the Wells Fargo Bank. This is even more interesting because I just remember I think it's 2017, if I remember, Wells Fargo Bank made a national headline that fraudulently opening account without consumer's consent. And then they have to, their CEO has to step down because there are more than 3 million fraudulent Wells Fargo account was opened in the year of 2017. For a company, for a bank, has a reputation of committing fraud, and then somehow Los Angeles City are very desperate trying to have another contract with this so-called Wells Fargo Bank. So I really wish our city can ask that 3 million identity theft victim that is this considered as a trustworthy bank before you make your decision, because I'm concerned that more and more Angelino will get scammed by that. Item number 20 is about contract between the LAPD and the Metro. I am here to support the LAPD, everybody knows that. However, but when I see those women, Figueroa women, getting raped on the metro bus, where is the LAPD? Where is the city attorney? When I see those Figueroa girls, are getting attacked, getting assaulted, or getting touched, or getting insulted, where is our city attorney? Where is our council member? Where is our Black Lives Matter? Where is our so-called DEI? I don't see any. So when we want to improve our public services, public safety on metro bus, metro train, I want to make sure our council member, Harry Dawson, that LAPD is there to protect every single person, not only protect the blacks. So that's very important. Every LAPD protect everybody, not only DEI. So for my general public,
Go ahead, you have 1 minute.
Services that for the past 1 week or so, I never see our council president, Harry Dawson, did some outreach in the Figueroa because hundreds of Figueroa girls, they lost their home. Hundreds of Figueroa girls, they lost their condom. For hundreds of Figueroa girls, they lost their everything, their customer, their contact, their phone. So they are no longer reach out to their customer anymore. So our city attorney, our council president, why nobody is reaching out to our council district 8 on Figueroa Street? Why our city mayor are no longer completely ignore the victim of the fire on Figueroa Street? There are millions Figueroa condoms are being damaged, and then we are waiting for our council president to repair. And then there are millions Figueroa girls lost their money, lost their customer, and then they need free money, free housing, free food, free condom, and then free Jason probably.
Thank you. I'm Susan Price, and LA Can, Stop LAPD Spying. And thank you for allowing me to speak today to the City Council. Yikes! We need housing, and really fast. We got a disaster we have to recover from, and people are they're losing everything. And most important, they're losing their base, housing. Okay, I got an idea about that. We do need it fast. So today, in front of the world, I'm asking the Mayor Bass, hear me. I'm asking the mayor, the city of Los Angeles, this city council to hook up with Holos communities and get some housing built right now. They can do it in months. And we're talking multi-units that we need.
Good morning. Shout out to Smoke and Scan.
Good morning. And which items would you like to speak to?
Public comment, 18 and may a few on, I'm not sure exactly. We'll just go as we go. Number 18, okay. You know, we're doing all this for data communications. What I would like, now, I don't know if Smoke and Scan will agree with me or not, he may not, but I would like to have the internet available for the entire metro train ride. There's times it gets scary, and it's not like you can find a police officer on the train. They are all at the ends of the, at the stations looking for fare jumpers, you know, checking for tap cards. When they are on the train, it's only momentarily to ask for tap cards. And so there's, you know, there's a button you can push, I guess, if you're in trouble. And I think, I think Smoke and Scan will agree with me on this part. Like, you don't want to, like, stop a train, okay, and, you know, if there's an emergency. But, you know, okay, so that's that. Please give us safety in our metros. And I'm sorry, I feel a little low in oxygen today. It's from all the fires that you guys didn't prevent. The one with the police, okay, that you want police, you're going to sign new contracts, which is going to be how much more money for the police, okay, to come and protect our metro, you know, because, yeah, you're hearing all these stories about women and people getting burned and stabbed and killed on trains. But every time I see police officers at the metro, they're on one end or the other just asking for tap cards or watching people whether or not they're using their tap cards. Okay, yes, you need the tap card money to maybe pay for the fire department or to pay for water, the fixing of, you know, reservoirs and stuff. I get it. But we also need security, and you're saying this is for security. So now with this, if they pass this, does that mean there will be police officers on the train that will protect us?
You're still talking about item 20, and you've exhausted your 1 minute on that item.
Oh,
so
okay,
please move on to another
okay,
item.
well then, let's go to, I know, because you don't want to hear what the people have to say, right? Right,
You're
Smoke and
welcome to
Scan?
continue
They
speaking to
don't
that
want
topic
to.
during general if you'd
Okay,
like.
all right. So then what we're going to do is go to public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Bob, you owe me an apology. Ms. Rahman, you don't. Thank you. You stood up, and you know what? She's on the good list. And I appreciate Ms. Rahman for that. And she's even listening. Like, I could tell she's even listening. Bob, are you listening? You owe me an apology. Huh? Was that an apology? Oh, for the time that you cut me off, okay, and you made me lose my time because you said I didn't know exactly what number I was on, even though I was on topic. I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate you taking away my free speech, Bob. You're sorry? Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay. Wow. Bob is, okay. All right. All right. Here we go. Good job. I appreciate you. That's him. Okay. Now, it takes a big man to admit it. Now, Ms. Hernandez does, you know why she does not owe me an apology because you know what? I asked her one time, I said she was twiddling her thumbs. I said, listen to me, and she says, I am listening to you. So she's the only one so
Speaker,
far.
your time has expired. Next speaker. Good morning. If you could please remind us of the name you signed up under and the items you'd like to speak to.
I signed up under the name Aaron Bushnell.
Okay, and which items would you like to speak
General
to?
public comment.
Oh, you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Read on the agenda that it's 1-5 day, and the only 1-5 I'm thinking about are the 15 months that have been going on, the destruction of Palestine, and how the 15 members on this council, very few of you refused to speak up and push for a ceasefire resolution. Ulysses tried, but it got shelved, and I just wish you guys would have done more. But they announced there's a ceasefire this morning, and I hope better days are ahead, but I wish you all would have done more. The silence is deafening.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
We'll say all items and general public comment, please.
So you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general. Please begin with the items.
Great. It would be wonderful if the council president could pay attention while the public is speaking. A lot of people are chit-chatting right now. It would just be nice if you could listen. This is a really tough time for the city. So listening would be really helpful. Mr. President. Okay. For the record, Marquise is not listening. And Ulysses and Isabel are chatting over there. So let's talk about the REAP items, Rent Escrow Account Program. The Rent Escrow Account Program is when a landlord is derelict in their duties. You have a slumlord who doesn't want to fix the plumbing or deal with a roach infestation or patch up chipping paint, something I deal with a lot. Even though they violated their contract, their tenant is still obligated to pay the full amount of rent. It just has to go in a super secret account that landlord can't touch until they've met abatement requirements. And I think it's really funny that that's how we deal with a landlord who's derelict in their duties, because as a regular plain old worker who's a wage slave, whether it's been as a cashier or as a receptionist or as a server or even in my job as a crossing guard, when I don't do my job, I don't get paid. It's not like that money goes into account and then I can recoup it once I've performed my duties. And it just shows one of the many ways that our government supports the owning class and drains the working class for all we're worth. I think that REAP should be changed to where if a landlord hasn't done their due diligence and is derelict in their duties, that their tenant shouldn't have to pay, or they should pay a reduced amount based on the damages they're dealing with. With all the price gouging that's happening right now, I think we're seeing that landlords don't really care to be housing providers, so to speak. They want their tenants' money. They don't want to work. They just want to collect passive income from owning something. Let me talk about item 20. It's really frustrating that our Metro board and this body, they don't ride Metro, they don't take the bus, they don't take our train system, but they make all the rules for how it functions. And we're paying the LAPD more money to police our train system. This morning I saw 4 officers chatting and on their phones. And if y'all rode the train, you would know that when the LAPD is in the train station, they're all gathered together, they're having a little chit chat, or they're scrolling on their phones. Again, this is something that when I'm at work, if I'm caught on my phone, I get in trouble. If I'm ignoring traffic and I'm chatting with my coworker, that's not cool. I'll get penalized. So if the LAPD is gonna be on the trains, maybe we should mandate that they're not on their phones and that they are spread out, not grouped up in little pods, having a chit chat, because we're paying a lot of money for them to be wasting our time. General? Last week was a big catastrophe, the blaze so dangerously devouring people's homes and dreams and lives. The mayor doesn't want to take the fall, even though she was AWOL. When the flames broke out, she was in Africa. The LAFD has been warning us, resources and staff, they don't have enough. For these fires, they need engines and water. But our budget cut their staff and put us in danger of the fire. There's an empty reservoir in the Pacific Palisades. Hydrants had no pressure. Our land is getting drier. We can expect more fires. For fuck's sake, fund the LAFD.
Good morning,
Good morning.
Counselor. Just a public comment.
Okay, you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Okay. I came down here, Counselor. I think you need to educate some of your city council members under the American Disability Act regarding Braille. It appears Carmen Chang made it very clear that since there's a state of emergency, the American Disability Act doesn't have to be followed by a department. That's what this little piece of fucking trash has made it very clear. The American Disability Act is suspended because of a state of emergency. Where the hell do you find these people? This is terrible. I would really appreciate for you to maybe educate that department head and have her stop lying to some of these council members. It's very disappointing. I've received any of my Braille from Dunn that was requested. It's been going over 30 days at this point. Thank you very much, Counselor. Keep well.
Clerical question really quick. The piece of paper, did you want to hand that to the officers, or is that just, you're just keeping that?
I will do a meet and confer with you potentially,
Okay.
and we'll do it in that capacity, and also I'll do it with the couple other city members that are attorneys, so they would understand a little bit better.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker. Mr. Herman, we need you to come to the podium if you're going to give
Hold
public
on,
comment right now,
goddammit.
or
Hold
else
on.
you can
I'm
wait
disabled.
in line. Okay?
I'm fucking disabled. Can you not hold
you have
on?
3
Please-
minutes for the
please
items
start the time.
And 1 minute
Start
for
the
general
fucking
public comment.
time,
Thank you.
nigger. City zoning on short-term rentals. Fuck your short-term rentals. Give us wetbacks what we want. Free housing, free money, and fuck California with Soto Martinez. Then we want communication from park commissioners. Put the fucking hydrant waters on and do your job. Otherwise, let the city burn. Burn, motherfucker, burn. Then we go into the agreement of Los Angeles Club of Non-Exclusive Chavette Hills Recreation. Burn too, motherfucker, burn. We don't need the water. Let your fucking city burn, nigger. Then we go to item 18. Hey, doofus, are you listening? Mr. Attorney, am I on topic, dickhead? Let me offer the CAO a suggestion. Fuck the technology agency and the designee to execute a fucking personal service contract for $24 fucking million because we need Trump. I demand Trump send ICE to regulate Soto Martinez, the Jujus, and all the money tree laundering that you white niggers done
So this is not on the agenda. This is your only warning. Please stick to the agenda. I'm going to move you to general public comment.
There is no additional impact to the general fund, nigger. I'm on item 18. Then I go into the transportation niggers. Oh, yeah. Police department, do you have an access card to be on the bus? No, motherfucker. Fuck the police. Yeah, like we need more security on our buses, our trains, our planes. That's where the narcotics are coming in from, the planes, dickhead. LAX is the supplier of all the drugs in Los Angeles, and that's why.
So again, this is not on the agenda. You've been asked politely to stick to the agenda. I'm going to move you to general public comment. You have 1 minute for general public comment. Go ahead.
let me finish up the senior project on the BOE charter. Section 1001, D for dickhead attorney, under parentheses 4. Can you count? 4. Recommendations, council action, the mayor fucked up. That's the problem. Your mayor is not worth shit going to Africa if she can't do her job here in the city of Los Angeles. And that's the reason why 137, 141, Rampart Boulevard, not Figueroa, not Smoking Scan, I'm talking about Rampart Boulevard, where the new niggers want to occupy the contract and security for documents. Because we want DACA. We want DACA. We want DACA. Oh, you do? Well, ice this one, motherfucker. And then item 23, the City of Los Angeles versus Superior Court case 23 STCP 006.
Mr. Herman, your time has expired. Next speaker. Mr. Herman, we moved you to general public comment because you refused to abide by the directions to stick to the agenda. So, Mr. Spindler, this is your first and only formal warning. Do not disrupt this meeting, okay? Mr. Herman, I would remind you that I believe you are on probation for disrupting previous meetings. So I would advise you to please vacate the podium immediately to avoid being removed from this meeting. Next speaker. Okay, and the woman in the, I believe it's a foresty green cardigan, please do not disrupt this meeting. Thank you. This is your first and only formal warning. Yes. Interpreters, could you, so I apologize. So I appreciate everyone's patience while we listen to these, we'll say, comments. And Councilmember, I think that the officers are talking to her now. Thank you.
Okay.
Good morning. You have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin with the items.
They can call me an asshole. Asshole. Ew! You can't. Ew! Did you see that? Ew! So let's see here. What do we have today? Let's see here. Hearings have been held. Hearings have been held. Okay, number 9. Is that good? Yes. Go ahead. Let's see here. CD1. The big fat fuck Unidos Hernandez removing the property from the rent escrow. That means the landlord gets her money back, or should I say their money back, using proper pronouns. See, people, how fair I am? Let's give me a hand. Oh, good job. Yes. So now the landlord can fix those toilets again. Remember, everybody in CD1, when you take a shit, you need to be able to flush it or it smells the apartment up. And number 10, look at that bucket-headed dumb son of a bitch in CD15, rent escrow. Look at that. He's letting them go. And then we have, in a number 11, the failure. Nothing there except Kevin De Leon in a skirt in CD14. She's going to do what Kevin did, East Folsom Street. Yes, that's a good street. It's named after a prison. I like it. Yes, so now we will allow the landlord his or her money back. And then CD11 on the next one, on West Venice Boulevard, the demon. Yes, Tracy Park, if she peels that mask back, you'll see a lizard underneath it. Evil lizard. Tracy Park. Yes, she's going to do what she does. And then, of course, Heather Hutt, the former fake councilwoman who's now been elected, she's going to give a break. And then 10-time award-winning convicted, soon-to-be convicted felon in CD9, number 14, Karen Price, on trial in February. Yes, very good. Still getting paid to give rent escrow. Yes, Karen, it's okay. You're going to go to prison, so enjoy your freedom while it lasts. And then we have Sleazy Marchese on number 15, sleazing his way through. Yes. Where's that at? 1145 West 85th Street. I'm looking on my phone. Let's see. It's a certified shithole. I support the item. And then KKK Katie Yaroslavsky, the worst thing since cancer, is also putting out a rent escrow. And now with the general. Did you know the whole fucking city's on fire? Last night, we found a fire in CD2 for Mr. Nazarian Goat Herder. And his office I called today, they didn't even know about the fire. A big fucking fire. And then today on the 101 freeway, about 100 feet away, another fire. So again, you have the Nazarian, a.k.a. Krikorian 2.0 asshole with his whole goddamn district on fire. And what's he doing? He's sitting there with his bald head playing with his telephone. Yes, look at these assholes. Imelda on her goddamn phone. Price on his goddamn phone. Unisys on her goddamn phone. Look at him. Lee, Staffer B, according to the FBI, his nickname, turning his head. Stalin drinking free beverages. Fuck this city council and fuck the mayor. Deport the mayor to Ghana, where she belongs, that piece of fucking shit.
And your time
Fuck
has
all of
expired.
you.
Next speaker. Good morning. If you could please remind us of the name you signed up under and the items you'd like to speak to.
Johnny G, public comment.
So you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Good morning, City Council. In lieu of all the disasters, I want to be very brief today. I just want to thank all those who worked so hard to help our city, including the forest fires. Another thing I want to mention is this badge I have here I wear, and I wear it out of humility, not out of pride. It was given to me by former Chief Bratton. Thank you.
Good morning, sir. All items and general public comment.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general.
Thank you,
Please
sir.
begin with the items.
Especially the housing. I too would like to thank all of you who have done everything to save our city. We can blame and we can point fingers, but I'd rather see us come together because we need this housing. We've lost so much housing in this community that rather than pointing fingers, I would rather see us really become one team and do the best we can, because this is still the greatest city in the greatest country. You know, one of the things that we can do to prevent disasters in this area and lose housing, I was at KTLA yesterday and I put up my little sign and I said, KTLA, help save Porter Ranch, even though it's the slums of Porter Ranch. So I showed them pictures of fires that have taken place in the last 3 weeks. I know the representative from the 12th district isn't listening, but that's okay, Mr. John Lee. You have been told about this situation over again. Look at him. He's turned his back on me, okay? But this is a real life situation. That's right, Mr. Lee. Porter Ranch is the next area that will blow up. And you've been warned over and over again. Dozens of people park there, smoke their marijuana, throw their cigarettes out.
So,
and
Mr.
if that
Candido, which
area
item are you
catches on
speaking to?
fire, we're talking housing, sir. We're talking housing. Those are 10, 11, 12. We can't afford to
So
lose any
those
more
are REAP
housing.
items.
How do we save housing, sir? There are many ways to do it, and one of them is to protect our communities to make sure more areas are not burnt down. Is that okay with you, sir?
So I can appreciate your comments. I'm going to ask that you speak to that during general. The items you're referring to now are REAP items specifically. So
All
the
right,
rent
why don't we
escrow
just
program.
move on to public comment?
Okay, you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
You took away our phone ability to speak on the phone. That's okay. I'll give up mine if I don't have to listen to Jason call in and talk about his perversion and then watch as the city attorney over and over makes excuses for it. But you can't stop us. I mean, you know, have you looked at this atrium outside? When I look at that atrium, and I've been here for so many years, and then I look at this council, I don't see the difference. They're both a mess. There are some of you who are absolutely magnificent. And Mr. McCloskey, I want to thank you. I want to really reach out to you and say that I may live in a different district, but you represent me. Ms. Rodriguez represents me. Even Ms. Padilla represents me. You know why? Because there are issues that we all share and are concerned about. So I thank you for that. But again, if you don't protect your community when you're warned over and over again, something's wrong. Something is definitely wrong. And whatever it takes, Mr. Dawson, if I have to crawl here, if I have to wheelchair
Mr.
here.
Candido, your time has expired. Next speaker. Mr. Candido, we need to move on to the next speaker. This is your only formal warning. Please do not disrupt this meeting. We need to move on to the next speaker. Okay? Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Miracle McKinney. I'll be speaking on all items and general public comment.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general. Please begin with the items. Go ahead.
Yes, for item 13, my name again is Miracle McKinney. I'm a resident of District 10, Heather Hutz District, and a proud member of ACE, a part of the Keep LA Housed Coalition. So,
Item 13 has been continued, actually.
13?
Yes, but there are other
14.
REAP items if you're here to talk about the rent
The REAP
escrow
items,
program.
yes. So to continue on regarding the REAP items that are relevant in my district, I should also let you all know that I am a part of the Neighborhood Council and an Area 1 representative, representing not just CD10, but also CD8. I have experienced a lot of housing issues at the residences at Woodlake and has been a part of the REAP program. What I have seen is a systematic failure in a system that is doing exactly what it's designed to do, which is to not help its constituents and stakeholders. The REAP program that I've experienced in CD10 and at my apartment complex has failed us because half of the code enforcement violations that were reported weren't even a part of the REAP recommendation. After months and months and months of fighting with ACE and the Keep LA Coalition, we were able to get it looked at in terms of the hearing. However, we had no success, and the landlords were simply allowed to provide receipts that ultimately closed the REAP hearing. I asked the City Council to really take a look at how we are addressing housing in Los Angeles, housing in CD8, housing in CD10, and understand that by the time we get up to a REAP program, half of the things that we've advocated for and fought for are not even being presented. I myself sent over 800 photos and images of active leaks, mold, and issues that are happening on the property, all of which were completely ignored. Most of which occurred because the system itself and the city officials stated they did not receive it, although I had faxed, emailed, and even physically brought these items in. So as it pertains now to the next item for 14, the other REAP hearing for CD8, as you can see, these issues span across multiple districts, across the city of Los Angeles, and ultimately we need fair representation as it relates to housing. So with these things that have already been existing, we know that the issues are compounding. We have the opportunity here in Los Angeles to make a difference because guess what? We are not going anywhere. Los Angeles is here and we love this city, but you all have the opportunity to make a difference, right? I see a lot of donations. I see the city coming together, but City Council, what are you doing to come together and making sure that the illegal evictions that are taking place are no longer happening, especially in a time of emergency? For my general public comment, I really want to focus in on the opportunity that we have to create a difference in the world that we want to see. Right now, we're in a time of hypervigilance, but guess what? Why don't we use that energy to truly define what makes Los Angeles great, and that is to stop the evictions, to freeze rent rages. We have residents right now that are suffering from rent increases that are going to start on February 1st. That is unacceptable. And all of these issues were already presented to you all prior to the emergency. So we've already exacerbated a situation that has now become worse. But I believe in you all, city officials, because I myself am here, standing here today, advocating for my fellow people. So we're here to keep Los Angeles house, are we not? Thank you, Miracle McKinney.
January 17th marks the 31st anniversary of the Northridge earthquake 31 years ago. A 6.7 earthquake struck the San Fernando Valley. The magnitude of this earthquake caused ground failures, leading to severe damage to building foundations, transportation corridors, water, gas, and electric transmission facilities. This event took the lives of 60 individuals and left more than 9,000 Angelenos injured. As we reflect on this tragic day, we are reminded of the countless acts of courage and selflessness displayed by our first responders. In the chaos of collapsed buildings, damaged roads, and shattered lives, these heroes acted without hesitation, risking their own safety to rescue the injured and help restore a sense of order during this disaster. And that, unfortunately, we see this same spirit of bravery on full display this week as our first responders battled fires across the city, just as they did 31 years ago. Our firefighters, paramedics, and law enforcement officers have been working tirelessly to protect lives and property. Their commitment to protecting our communities, often at great personal risk, is a testament to the strength and resilience of our first responders. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lee, and an important memorial, especially given this year and the situation we find ourselves in the city. I'll ask everyone in the chambers to rise for adjourning motions. I'll ask if there are any adjourning motions to my left.
So I'm going to ask that everybody who's shouting out, please do not disrupt this meeting. We are trying to get through adjourning motions. So this is your only warning.
All right, everybody, you've been warned. We are going to have adjourning motions.
What's up?
Yes. Huh? Okay.
All right, so as you exit the chambers, I'm going to ask that you do so quietly so we can continue with this meeting, please.
Are there any adjourning motions? Are there any adjourning motions? Are there any adjourning motions to my right? All right, seeing no adjourning motions. All right, seeing no adjourning motions, we're adjourned. Thank you so much, everybody.